What's on the Super CD? Octamed Sound Studio, Chaos Engine 2 demo, and a whole lot more on this month's top quality CD. How to use CUCD8. As with prior cover CDs, CDCU8 can be used either by booting on a CD32 or a 1200 4000 with adequate CD32 emulation. The CD will not boot under blah blah blah. What's in the drawers? Click on it then zoom. What's in your drawers? The sun is shining and the birds have broken into song. It must be that CUCD time of the month. Readers who have used a CUCD Amiga CD-ROM before will find everything fairly familiar. CUCD8 is set up as a workbench disk and can be booted from on an appropriate machine. Clicking the Init CD icon will set up your system to run from the CD properly. Oh, okay, I've never done that before. The first thing that you may notice as a result of clicking on this is that all the icons change. Don't panic, this is the excellent new icon system, not some obscure virus. I still don't understand how to get MUI going. I wish I knew. Anyway, one day. The workbench 3.1 drawers such as prefs, audio track. He's put on, it doesn't say here, but I can't find it. It says the name of it further on. And the root directory, judging by number of mods, we get a month, millions of them if you are one of them. 94% September 96. This is the latest package. The full Monty, as our Antipodian CD editor would say. Needs another stabilizer. What the hell are you doing, piece of crap? A sample 16-bit track can be found in the parent directory of a samples drawer. Good on you. You can still write it on Windows, but you've got to chuck it on a floppy disk. Utilities such as Multiview, Clock, and some tools for working with new icon images can be found. Tools contains tools. Prefs contains prefs. System. The latest versions of MUI. Oh, there you go. You might be able to get it working. I don't know. Is it legal? Deli Tracker. Oh yeah, here we go. PP Show. Parnet. New icons. GM Play. Hippo Player. Play 16 Deli Tracker. Superview. Internet stuff, online programming, here we go. Complete source code for Alien Breed 3D 2. You have got to be kidding. Why is my head cut off? I want head chopped off. You'll see body rot and then reign with Christ and then you'll die. The question everyone's is who will compile it first? If Unix is more your... Well, now we're getting somewhere. See, this is exciting. This is like digging into a bag of just mysterious data. If Unix is your flavor, check out the Lexemu Developers Kit and get that Unix emulation library to sing your tune. Can you run Unix on an Amiga? Good question. All is lost on you. Who cares? Graphics. Anims. 40 meg of objects for Imagine, Fractals, Trickies, Pix and more. So gonna learn how to use Imagine, obviously. Readers. Is an 8 megabyte Imagine animation. Organic art by Joel Nicholson. Hand drawn. Okay, hand drawn composites. So that'll motivate you to keep up your drawing skills. There's homemade games, space farming, King Canut Olive Lucky. There's utilities, X-Files guide. Okay. Demos. The demos aren't what I used to think demos were. I used to think demos was a cannon fodder level 1 demo, but a demo is all about the cracking and the hacking and writing demos and pushing the Amiga blitter to the extreme limit, the Agnes and the Paula. Check out the entries to Party 96 demo. I'm not gonna even try and compete with making something as good as that. I just want the text. I just want a Scully. Be honest. I just want a Scully and maybe a vector object that spins. That's me. That's all my goal is. For the cutting edge of Amiga demo programming, some of these require fairly powerful computers to run, obviously. So when I add the accelerator to my 600, we'll try and play it. Okay. Latest version of Amiga Guide. I have found a program on Windows that does open up some Amiga Guide files. If I need to, I can now do a screenshot of the Amiga screen and paste that into Microsoft Paint, and then there's a program that'll turn the JPEG or PNG into text and rebuild the frickin' Amiga Guide if I want to. That's what I'm doing with an English translation of the German version of the Super Jam manual. I have had a friend who's translated it all into English, and I'm copying pasting it into Scribus to make it look like a regular PDF file, even though I've put in the pictures manually, etc., and the English, etc. Utilities. Check out Magic Menu, an amazing useful search guide. Well, okay. What's the difference between that and Dopus? We'll find out. Latest brilliant version of Hippo Player. I wonder if you can play SID files on it. Well, you can't, no, because it's hardware. Good point. So why does Winamp have a SID chip plugin? Which is why I'm still running Winamp 2.4. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, this is the one we use as our default player, obviously. With RSI Demo Maker, I'll be making is it command line? Running the demo from the CLI, but the ultimate goal is to put the demo on an actual floppy disk and run it on an A500. That's the goal. That's the goal. It's also a MIDI player with a bunch of sample MIDI tracks and a stack of mods. Okay, but again, the copyright Can you use them in the background of a YouTube video, or do you need to ask permission 30 years later to be able to use it? There is a site where you can ask to use copyrighted mods. Alright games, we've got Deface, we've got a demolition derby called Burnout. Oh, not the PlayStation. Burnout on an Amiga. No. That'll be cool. We're gonna find out what it is. Let's do Burnout versus Burnout. PlayStation versus 1200. Selection of worm levels. Okay, cards for Klondike. So my Klondike cover disc died, and as soon as I bought the sheet, it was a 2004 version of Amiga Forever. I've got to upgrade this to version 9. Just to keep updated. It's only $10, £10. I don't know what that is in New Zealand money. Anyhow, so Amiga Forever, I downloaded the Klondike disc. So that was like, I know it's weird, Cannon Fodder, Flashback, Syndicate, SimCity, and Klondike was the game that I got addicted to. Not Solitaire, Klondike, just a specific game, like my addiction to Mahjong. Not into Sudoku. Is that how you pronounce it? Sudoku, yeah. Driving CUCD, blah blah blah. We can't emphasize enough importance of clicking on README files. See, this is something. This. I was raised in a cult where everything that I was taught was in the Bible, and we weren't allowed to read any other book except the Bible. So I didn't read. Back in 1992, when I owned my Amigas, which I've still got now, still got the CD32. I bought a 500, I bought a 600, but all the other hardware I didn't sell. I don't know why I threw my 1200 away. I'm a moron. That will be remedied soon. So I didn't read README files back then, because back then I had no brain power to look at a README file, and today I cannot read non-fiction, and the entire genre, the entire world of non-fiction I can't read. So I have to copy and paste it into Bonsai Buddy. I mean, I like this one here, Balaboka. Balaboga is my go-to now. It reads me everything. So as long as I can copy and paste that from an Amiga into Notepad or Notepad++. I don't have a virus. Pass off. What? Both turned off? What the hell? Who did that? Oh. It was just scaring me. There's simply too much material for this. CUCD8. Send us work. Get your work published. Okay. I'm going to stick it on a floppy disk, and I'm sending it back to 1990. What? Oh, 1997. Okay. It's not too far back in time. I've been to 95 because I beat the guy that got the first Windows 95 box, but everybody got freaked out because there was a stranger from a different universe jumping in line in front of him. Argument Sound Studio, the Chaos Engine 2, we'll play that, see how good that is. I've never played it. Funny that you were under the impression that God wanted you to learn all the Amiga applications and not play the games. So that's something new. CUCD8 Octamed Sound Studio package. Alrighty then. Then we've got this, Welcome to Chaos Engine 2, no installation, Steampunk Action. See, I didn't know Steampunk existed till recently. Yeah, I wasn't part of the world, that's why I separated from the world to dedicate your life to the Lord, to do everything that's pure and righteous. Press fire. Okay, it's not what we were looking for. Yeah, I had a video camera like that back in the day, and I still own Video Amiga RT, not the ProGrab, the Video Amiga one. And I've got another one off eBay just to compare them for no reason. Right, Octamed Sound Studio, disc 152. If ever there was a program that deserved the ultimate accolade of ultimate music, making music software, it's Octamed Sound Studio. Bit of history that I learnt yesterday. Soundtracker came out, then it was hacked, and all of a sudden you've got Star Trekker and Pro Tracker. No, is it sorry, I'm confused. Pro Tracker came first, then it was Sound Tracker, Star Trekker, Med. All the other stuff. Was limited by basic restraints, 8-bit 4-channel, then it became, those constraints were blown clean away as Sound Studio opens up a world of possibilities such as 64 sample channels. That's like Milky Tracker. Oh my gosh. Milky Tracker on an Amiga. That would crash. Yeah, well, let's push it to the let's push Octamed Sound Studio to the limit. 64 channels, 14-bit output, 16-bit output via range of sound cards. Now this is where the bars and pipes hardware thingy comes into place. I know you can buy it on eBay, but do you really need it? No, you can't. It only works on a 3000. I haven't bought a 1200 yet, so maybe I'll buy a 4000 and just live out my ultimate bucket list dream. I've always wanted a 4000. Didn't know I could play games till recently. Why would you buy a 4000 just to play Cannon Fodder? I don't know, who cares? Nothing more than Amiga CD-ROM writer. CD-ROM writer. MIDI musicians are catered for, complete MIDI system. Now this is something I want to dig into. Using AREX. Oh god, I've forgotten his name. Tijo Kananen. I pronounced it probably the worst pronunciation. I've forgotten his name. But he figured out an AREX command to use Octamed with MIDI. So I want to dig into how that was done. It's a throwaway thing on Wikipedia, and eventually through AREX it started using MIDI, blah 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 blah. Octamed Wiki. Here we go. Octamed was developed until 1996. The last version, called Octamed Sound Studio, had features like MIDI file support, AREX support, support for 16-bit stereo samples, hard disk recording, and 64 channels. There it is, Tijo Kanunen. A later approach to extend the features of Amiga's version of Octamed was performed by, it wasn't Tijo, it was Kajetil Mathuson. I don't know how to pronounce words. Starting in 1997, by hacking the binary, he managed to make a more low-level plug-in system then was already available via the AREX language. With the help of NSM, an open source patching and plugin system for Octamed, the users could now get access to the CAMD MIDI library, 48 channel MIDI interfaces, signal processing, plugins for the sample editor, interaction with the sequencer, bars and pipes. Oh my gosh, this is amazing! And many other esoteric features, far extending the features offered for the commercial Windows version of Octamed. There's a Windows version? Okay. Current version is available for Windows and Mac. Current version available for Windows and Amiga called Med Sound Studio. And that's a Windows thing. Windows. Well, maybe that'll help you learn it. I still haven't learned how to play. I still haven't learned how to use Octamed yet. It's only been 30 years, so I need more time. Med Sound Studio, Windows. The hell is that? No idea. Keep away. Oh, that's NHC. NCH, one day I will. Pay for their software. With the death of Amiga Octamed, was recoded, renamed Med Sound Studio. Archive.org. Ah, way back. Maybe you can buy it. How much is it? The hell? Well, that's not it. Oh. What? Called Browse Incognito. No. Oh, yeah, it's taking me there. IBF software, $14. Oh, okay. Might as well buy it. No, it doesn't exist anymore. got that. Oh, I have to hunt around to see if I can find it. Ah, it's gone. Yeah. It's Sound Studio. I have to find another. What the hell? Sound Studio was limited by constraints. MIDI musicians are catered for too. A complete MIDI system can be driven from Sound Studio with ease, even seamlessly incorporated with your existing sample-based setup. You'll find the audio track on this month's cover CD was produced with a combination of MIDI and Amiga samples. That's something I've never done before. That's going to be amazing. Something to look forward to. Sound Studio performs a range of minor miracles, whether you've got a 2 meg Amiga or a 4000 tower of the 16-bit card. If you have a CD edition, the best way to find out is to load it. Blah 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 blah. Sample list, type 8-bit Amiga sample, could be 8-bit or 16-bit, stereo or mono. Doesn't actively have to be a sample, so we'll see how far we can push it. Click on instrument type and then go 16-bit. I wonder with Amiga Forever, can you emulate the Aura or the Toccata? 16-bit what? WAV files? It could, okay, it doesn't really have to be a sample at all. It could be a synthetic sound made in the synth sound editor, or a hybrid cross between a synth sound and a sample. It could even be an external sample, which is a neat way of queuing a sample via MIDI from a second Amiga running Sound Studio. If you have an Aura sampler, you can set certain sounds to replay through it. Otherwise, likewise with the Toccata card. However, these last two selections are only relevant if you are using standard 4-channel mode as opposed to 1 to 64. Props, instrument properties, you can change the pitch, you can cut the length of the thing from what I've read so far. The hold and decay values allow you to set default values that sustain and release times. Oh, so you don't need to use the hexadecimal thingy. You can do it all. Why don't you learn how to use that first and then go back to Octamed 3? Good idea. Good idea. All I want to do is change the interface of Octamed Sound Studio from this garbage to the Octamed 3 look. If I was into hacking, that's the thing I would hack. The stupid interface. Edit, you can edit samples. Oh, this is the bit, you can slow it down, speed it up, cut cut the length of it, chop the beginning off, fade in, fade out, blah blah blah. I know how to do all of that. It's the same as Reason. Do you want a hard drive? 2.5-inch hard drive for £139? And we're back to what's on the Super CD ROM 8. Bye!